So what is up? Mr. Dippin' Gamer here with you today, bringing you a brand new video. And like I said last week, I'm bringing you another iRacing video. This is race 2 of the new season at Sebring in Florida. So just to get a couple things right off the top of the video, I'm showing you the first 2 laps again. Pretty much the beginning of the race, the first lap was a total wreck fest. So at this point, you just got to make sure you survive and everything like that. But qualified 9th, which wasn't too bad. You see the number on the side of my car is 16th. I think that means that's, 19th. I think that means that's the predicted place where I'm supposed to finish. So I'm supposed to finish 19th. So yeah, qualified 9th with a 212.327. I screwed up my second qualifying lap. It should have been a 211 because I was just going so much faster on my second qualifying lap, but I ended up going off track in the first turn, and by the time I came to the checkered finish at the end, it said abnormal lap, so it didn't count. So yeah, I was able to kind of get a decent setup going for this track. I think my fastest lap in all the practice that I had was like a 211.4. Nowhere near like the first split guys. Those guys are running like 210, so I don't know what the heck they're doing differently. But this is the second split. I think the strength of field was around 1500 iRating, so it was okay. There's 3 splits total, so I'm average, I guess. But yeah, I was able to survive the first 2 laps, which was a challenge in its own. And yeah, and I'll just show you the little highlights upcoming here in a little bit. I had a lot of fun with this race. I made some mistakes. There was a couple turns I couldn't get, like this final turn going down onto the front stretch. Couldn't get the turn that led onto the back stretch. I felt like I was losing time there when I should have been doing better. But it's just those small things that I had to correct, and if I did, maybe I would have done better in the race. And again, dealing with a lot of LMP2 traffic. These 2 guys that I'm racing around right now kept wrecking a lot, so they were always near us and making it difficult for passing. They were diving up the inside and just making it difficult all the way around to race cleanly. But either way, we were able to get through the first 2 laps, and I had a lot of fun in this race. There was one little tricky corner that I had, which you'll see later in the video. But the guys that I was racing around, they were mostly clean. I was probably the dirtiest driver, and again, you'll see that later in the video. But I did apologize for the incidents that I created, and I do feel bad for one incident in particular in this race. So a little update also. I am currently using a Logitech G29 racing wheel, but I have just recently ordered a Moza R9 with a GT style wheel and the SRP pedal set, which is a load cell pedal. So I'll be upgrading for the next race, and I'll probably film an unboxing, and maybe in a couple weeks I'll film a little review. But yeah, I'm slowly upgrading my entire set, so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like Sebring just turns into a total wreck fest, and then once you're able to make it through the wreck fest, you're golden pony boy, you know what I mean? So ended up after the first 2 laps in P5. So not a bad start for iRacing, predicting that I'm going to finish the race in 19th. So on lap 3, which should be coming up right here. Yeah, lap 3, we had an LMP spin, and then we had some contact up ahead of me. So that sent P2 into the grass, and he was slow coming down this backstretch, so I was able to pass him on the outside, leading into the hairpin turn, and we were able to complete the pass right there. And then on lap 4, I did end up having my fastest lap, which was a 2:11.863. So pretty much right here, you're going to brake, come down into 4th gear, start getting onto the acceleration, coming up to this next turn. I may have braked a little bit early, but I brake at the three cones halfway through the turn, gas it up. Tiny little brake right here to get the car to turn, back on the gas, speeding all the way up. Still full throttle right here. I had a lot of space in front of me, so I was able to run my normal lap. Slowing down at the 3 cones right there, down to 2nd gear, speeding up. I'm full gas right after I'm out of the hairpin. And it's full throttle all the way right here until you see the 4 cones. Drop it down to 2nd gear. Halfway through the turn, start easing onto that gas all the way full throttle. Once you feel it stick, coming up again to the 3rd cone, and again down to 3rd gear, full throttle, getting to this stretch. And this is probably my favorite section of the course, is these little fast left-handers leading into, again, dropping down to 3rd, kind of like a medium fast corner where you're easing it through, and then as soon as you feel it stick, coming out, stomping on the brake, down to 3rd gear, coming onto the backstretch, leading into the fastest turn. So right here I was trying to pick up the draft from the cars in front of me, add a little bit more speed. I'm braking at the 2nd cone, the 2 cones, dropping it down to 4th, coasting most of the corner, and as soon as you hit the yellow line on the right, full gas, not even easing into it, just full gas, and that leads you all the way around the track. And like I said, it's not the fastest lap ever, but it's my fastest lap. So on lap 9, I was able to follow these. We stayed in the same position for a few laps. Right here, you're going to see me follow an LMP to try to complete the pass on P3. Because P3 left it open after the LMP passed on the inside, so I was able to complete that pass right there. At the end of lap 9 right here, we had an LMP2 and P1 got in the wreck, which slowed down P2, who was in front of me, and I was able to capitalize on all these positions. So right here, make the pass for P2. Got the BMW in front of me. He's slow because he had to slow down for that crash. I was able to make it through with a little bit more speed. Going to attempt the overtake right here on the outside, and didn't work, but he slipped out a little wide. I got a better run coming into these turns right here, right on his bumper. Like hoping he makes a little mistake. Just putting as much pressure as I can on him. And right here he goes a little bit wide. I capitalized by moving up on the outside, but this is where I messed up. I didn't give him enough room, and after the race he was still in the lobby, so I told him, I was like, hey man, that was extreme, that was all my bad, like I should have gave you more space. But karma ended up biting me in the butt a little bit later. Ended up taking this turn and got a little loose and sent it to the grass, holding the brakes, but it didn't work. I came back on the track and got hit in the left side, causing left rear damage. So that sucked. Winding down, this was on lap 12, and I was able to pass the guy that I accidentally wrecked for P7, so that wreck dropped me all the way down to P8. So here, being a lot more respectful, giving him a lot more room, and able to make that pass for P7. And then for a couple laps, we keep it going like that until lap 13. With that left rear damage, I wasn't really able to get a good exit speed. So this BMW behind me, he gets a run on the back stretch, and he's able to just capitalize and pass me on the inside. There's really no sense in fighting him right here. He was much faster than me. I was just holding him up at this point. He was on my bumper ever since the accident. So, but yeah, that pretty much concludes the race. Ended up finishing in P7. So next you're going to see the Carnage Report. So if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video. Have a good one, guys.